Hello, hello. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. There's 13 days left. Oh my God. You guys, how did we get to the last 13 days of the Mary Kay year? I'm not kidding you. I think someone stole the entire month of March, April, and May. Like I'm sitting here going, because I saw a thing today and they said, oh, can you come on August? I go, August, wait. They're already planning us up for August. And yesterday in Costco, they had a Halloween decoration up. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like,
I
seriously.
saw Christmas 2 weeks ago. I kid you not.
So, you guys, it is June. There are 13 days left of the Mary Kay year. Now, some of you have asked to be in a new thing I started today called 13 Days of Inspiration. It's an inspirational it's a little different than the last one I just did. It goes for 13 days, and then I'll do another one for the first 13 days of the new year. It's a little bit of inspiration and a tip. If those of you who are on my A team want to be a part of that, just put it in the chat, say, please include me, or I want to be on the 13 Days of Inspiration, and I'll send it to you. There is an accountability. You need to text me at night. I don't care how much you've done, or if you did very little or you did a lot, I need a text at night so that you can reach out to me. So if those of you who are on here want to be in, just type in the chat that you want me to include you and I'll add you in. All right. So with that said, you guys, we are rocking and rolling. We've got, you guys know we're working on a whole bunch of different contests. So I want to give you a big update. So one of our most important contests is our grow goal. This really helps Janice. Without us reaching this goal, Janice can't count our whole unit toward anything. That's the way the diamond circle thingy works. So I am tracking. I have not a sophisticated, it's a clipboard and a yellow piece of paper, and it says, come back. And so these are people who were inactive that have now placed orders. So these, I get to count all 11 of these. And then these are new agreements. We have another new agreement in today. And then we've got, I think, 2 more going in tomorrow. So my goal is to have us get to 10, minimum of 10 agreements. And we need 22 people that are not active to get active. By us doing this, we will reach 179 unit members, which is the goal the company gave us. And Lori has to be at 40. So if you guys are in Lori's unit, she has to be at 40. So she's tracking it, dotting her I's and crossing our T's. That's what we have to do. So that's one very important contest. We also have a DIQ, and Carrie is building her team, and she is at 12 active as of today, and she's going to wrap this up and get it done. And so she will be working on that. So if you're a part of Carrie's team and you're watching this video, know that everything that you do is a big deal. Everything that you do in sales and in team building and all that is key to the team. It really, really is. This is kind of like, you guys ever looked at a puzzle? So I have to tell you, admit that when I put a puzzle together, I stare at the cover. Now, apparently you're not supposed to do that. You're not allowed to, but that's sometimes the only way I can get the puzzle put together is to stare at the picture on the cover and look for that piece. But can you imagine you have a 500 piece puzzle, and I take a piece out? Will that picture be 100% complete? No. Could be a really key. It could be like a word, like there's only like 5 words, and it could be a whole letter on a word that you might not be able to even know what it is. So without every piece, the puzzle is not complete. It's the same thing with our units. If a consultant chooses not to participate or check out, our whole unit's not complete. We can't do this by ourselves. Lori and I, or any sales director, we can't get to our goal. Our goal is about you and I together. Unit stands for you and I together. It isn't about me crossing the finish line with sales court. As long as I get my 4,000 sold this month, that's done. So it's not about my personal goal, it's our unit achievement. Janice has only got 2 more years before she retires. This is only her, next year will be her last seminar. And we really want to become a national area before she retires. So if anybody that's watching this has a dream in their heart, what I will tell you is God would never plant an outrageous dream in your heart without equipping you with the skills. Now, is he going to do it for you? No. But he will equip you with the skills. But you've got to take those skills and go into action. Now, I don't know if any of you ever have this problem, but sometimes we go like, well, what action should I be taking? Like, right? You get cute, you're ready to head out the door and go, wait, what am I supposed to be doing today? And I will tell you, especially if you come from a corporate background where you're used to having a boss and a to-do list. So if you are a boss or a to-do list or an in-basket girl, if you're like, you'd come in, you'd look in your in-basket, you'd get it all done. You're a work machine. You're a productivity junkie. You're good. You can get it all done. But sometimes we spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to do. Now, if you have any perfectionism in you, you will want to wait until you can do it perfectly. I don't know, Lenore, why you're smiling and laughing. Are you a perfectionist? But what I will say to you guys is that if you have any perfectionism in you, what we tend to do is we want to wait until we do it perfectly before we go out and really try. So someone will say, like a consultant said this to me yesterday, well, I'm going to wait till I have my skincare class perfected before I hold my own. And I said, okay, so how are you going to perfect it? She goes, well, I don't know. I thought you could help me with that. And I said, well, you can keep watching me, but it's like, how many times are you going to watch me ride a bike until you finally say, okay, put the training wheels on, give me the bike. I'm heading out the driveway. And after one round on the training wheels, take the training wheels off. You're good to go. After that one party, you're good to go. King, this is not brain surgery. We're not transplanting organs. This is put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. How's your face feel? And if you're smart, you get a starter kit and you get a flip chart. Man, back in the day, Lori and I had these huge flip charts, like binders, and we'd flip the page and then we'd look at the back and it would tell, you could even see the word we were reading. Now there's a digital version. Did you guys know there's a digital flip chart where you can pull it up so that they see a pretty picture and on your other device are the words to say, and you can say, oh, you guys, I'm so excited to tell you about blah, blah, blah. They have no idea you're reading off your phone. Okay, so what I'm going to say to you is that it's so important what you do the next 13 days. Now, it's already the new quarter. So I do want to applaud all the people who were stars last quarter. I do have a quick list. I want to shout out to Shalane, to Carrie, Cecile, Nicole, Janine, Kim, Cindy, and anybody else who finished their star, wave your hands. I'd love to include you. Sandy Moeller finished her star. Congratulations. Lenore, did you finish your star? I don't know who all finished your stars, but if those of you who finished your stars, congratulations. I want to applaud you. So keep in mind, every order that you place now counts for the New Year's star. So don't sit here with the mindset, I'm going to wait till July. Momentum takes a few days to create. If you go and literally into a holding pattern, like a plane, and you circle the airport for the next 13 days, and then you're landing, you're going to take off and running, not going to happen. You can't go from a standstill to a sprint. So if you said to yourself, you know what, every day my goal is to sell $100 till the end of the month. Could be from one client, could be 10 people buying $10, could be 4 people buying 25. If you just said, you know what, I'm going to go for 13 days in a row of $100 in sales. Well, if they're on repair or they're on skincare, that's not a very hard thing. You get them to buy a vitamin C serum, that's 60 something, lifting serum, 70 something. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you a list in just a minute of things that you can focus on, but I am super excited because what I do know is that when it gets down to that final 440 relay and you are handed the baton, because we're kind of in that 440 relay lane right now, you handed that baton and the final 13 days of the month is when you sprint. Now, if you've ever watched the Olympics, I'm always amazed at how that person, male or female, looks exhausted and all of a sudden they somehow throttle another burst of energy. Have you ever seen those track people? They're going really fast and then all of a sudden, when I think they should be probably passing out on the floor exhausted, that's why they're an Olympiad, they put it into high gear and they go even faster because it's adrenaline. It's the goal. It's the win. It's the closing their eyes and visualizing, crossing that finish line, whatever that looks like. So some of you might be already saying, I'm done with this year. I'm ready for the new year. Well, okay, but please write this down. What is your one non-negotiable goal for June? So let's say Sandy, I'll pick on somebody. So let's say Sandy says, you know what? I want to add a new team member. It'll count for the new quarter. It'll boost her 600 points for the star. And let's say Sandy goes, I just want to add a new team member. It's like, okay, so as long as you talk to 4 people, you'll probably add your next team member. And let's say Connie says, you know what? I want to take my daughter shopping and I want to buy her some I want to buy my granddaughter some fun summer dresses. So I need an extra $200 for that. Say, okay, Connie, you go sell your 500, then you get to take your granddaughter shopping. So whatever motivates you guys, find something that you haven't done before or you haven't done in a long time. If you've never had a $500 day, I challenge you to have a $500 day. If you've had a $500 day, but you never had a $1,000 day. Now, if you want to do a $1,000 day, there's a letter that you could literally reach out to me tonight and say, Diane, can you send me the $1,000 day letter? Sunday, the 26th, the Sunday, the 26th is National Pink Day. Sunday is the 23rd. Sorry, we don't want to make it any later than it is. Sunday is the 23rd. It's National Pink Day. So you could say, oh my gosh, between now and National Pink Day, I want to sell $1,000. So you'd have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. So today's, so you've got basically 5 days. If you put out the letter by an email and then you send out a text and then you go on your Facebook and then you send out another text, they will know what's going on. So on Facebook, you say, "Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm having $1,000 sales blitz from Thursday to Sunday. My goal is to sell 1,000." Now, if you're in my unit, you can participate in the thing called June Boom, where your clients can get their name into a drawing for a $100 Visa gift card. You can also win whatever it is that you guys want to give away. The summer special deals are amazing. So just find one thing that excites you so much that you'd be willing to get up early. Now, some of you are seasoned. Some of you have been in Mary Kay. This isn't your first rodeo. So you might have to go, well, what does excite me? Like Connie might be thinking, okay, well, Done, I've been in Mary Kay 8 years, or I don't know how long you've been in, Connie, but a while. So let's say you look at that and say, okay, so what's something that I want to do? I don't know. Have you ever sold $1,000 in 5 days? Okay, she's shaking her head. No, okay. So she could say, you know what? What would that do to your confidence? What would that do to just your demeanor, your energy, if you sold $1,000 between now and Sunday? You could probably go on your Facebook thing and let everybody watch you dance, right? I mean, anything is possible. So I want to go over a couple things with you. First of all, I'm excited that it's June. And what I think what happens in June is you take the limits off your thinking. All of a sudden, anything becomes possible. Anything becomes possible. All of a sudden, you're like, I could add 5 team members. Well, you could have added 5 team members last month, but all of a sudden, when it comes to June and we have that race, we're ready for the race. So a couple things. See this beautiful necklace? We earned this a couple months ago, and I still can't find my earrings. They're packed. I got to find the box that they're in. And Lori's got the beautiful earrings on. This month, you can win the bracelet. Mine is actually out in the inventory boxes. I meant to unpack that today. Just didn't get to it. So you win the beautiful bracelet, even if you don't have the other pieces. This is literally one of my favorite pairs of silver jewelry. It's the most sparkly, fun, kind of eclectic, it's just a fun piece. How you earn this is cumulative orders through the month of at least 600. As soon as you hit that 600, you win the beautiful bracelet. Okay, so that's one place to win. The other place to win is the company is giving away red jackets. So if you did a $600 order in April and you did a $600 order in May, as long as you do a $600 order in June and add 3 to your team, you get a red jacket and you get to pick. Do I want the bomber? Do I want the classic? And Shalane is so excited because she'll be walking across stage picking up her beautiful red jacket. And I believe Cecile's thinking about going to seminar and she could still earn her red jacket. So even if you have none in for this contest, you guys, it's 3. I know you can get 3, but don't focus on 3. Think of who is the next one. Who is just the next one I could talk to tomorrow? Just the next one. What can I do? Okay. How can I? So I listened to a TED Talks this morning, and the whole thing was, she said, these 3 words will change your life. And I'm thinking, it hooked me. I thought, okay, I'll listen. And it was, how can I? So if Connie said to me, I want to sell $1,000 by Sunday, she has to ask herself, not can I, but how can I sell $1,000 by Sunday? Okay, what if I had a skincare class at my house on Thursday and on Friday? And then what if I ran a special on Saturday, like buy anything pink, get the second one at half off because it's National Pink Day on Sunday? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of saying, can I do it? You say to you, how can I? How can I have $1,000 in sales by Sunday? How can I have 3 new team members? Magda, I'd love to see you grow your team. So Magda might say, I want to get back in my red jacket. I want to have 3 active team members. So we probably need to replace maybe 1 or 2. And so she's like, well, how can I do that? We just need to talk to them. Show them a video, ask them some questions. You guys, anything is possible. Remember, strategy comes third. The story we tell ourselves is number 2, and our mindset is number 1. If our mindset is, I'm all in, pedal to the metal, like I'm going to do this, nothing's going to get in your way. And then the story you're telling yourself is, you know what, I can do this. And then the strategy, because you can have the perfect strategy, but if you're saying no one's going to buy from me, no one will return my call, wah, 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 you're not going to get the results. And I'm not saying wah, wah, like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm just, we all get it. Do you think they give a rip if I have a pink Cadillac? I had 2 brides today tell me, oh, I'm absolutely not interested in a facial or a pampering session. She says, I don't really do anything to my skin and I don't really care. And I'm like, Okay, well, would you like to gift your pampering session and your gift certificate? And she goes, actually, yeah, why don't you give it to my future sister-in-law? She's really into that stuff. I said, okay, great. Text me, let me send you a text, and then can you please text it to her? And she said, sure. So you know what? I'm not going to chase people for this product. I'm not going to chase people for this opportunity. That lady just missed out on the funnest hour of her life, hanging out with me and getting pampered. Oh, well. Anyway, so I'd love to introduce you to one of my amazing offspring from Woodland. Lori, why don't you tell everybody what you're most excited about? So share real quick.
Oh, well, okay. I'm excited about, of course, finishing the year. I have a little bit more to do to cross the finish line for the sales court. So I have a lot of clients to reach out to. And the other thing is, of course, the 55% slash could be 60% off that
Huge.
the company is offering. And hopefully, Diane, you got the email.
Yep, we're going to go over all that.
Okay, very good. So there you have it.
Yeah. And yeah, so you're excited about sales. So Laura, what goals are you finishing? What goals are you working on?
So I'm finishing the sales court. Well,
congratulations. And what diamond ring is this? How many have you earned?
Oh, you know what? I don't even know how many it is.
More than 5? More than
yeah.
10?
You know, I
More than
need to
15?
I'm not sure. It's
Okay.
somewhere in there. But the other thing is obviously for the national area, we do need to get to 40 new unit members. And I've been reaching out to consultants who need to get active. So, that's exciting too, because
Yep.
time goes so fast that I don't even realize that maybe it's been quite a while since I've heard from some of them.
Yep.
So, anyways, got people coming in. I'm letting them in and letting them in.
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, so Lori, you're finishing up some of your goals, and what's really fun too, you guys, is to realize that it's all about putting yourself out there and being excited and having a servant's heart. I talked to another potential consultant, and she said to me, well, Don, I'm not good in sales. I tried, and she tried one other 2 direct selling businesses, that the product is not as easy to sell as ours. And she said, I just found that I didn't do well. And I said, so what if it was different? Like, what if you actually had a good experience with it? What if you could, have it be a good experience? And so one of the things that I talked to her about was people who are strong in sales don't typically do well. Women like to buy, they don't like being sold to. So write that down, you guys. Women love to buy, they don't like being sold to. And what that means is if you have a servant's heart. So what I asked her is I said, can you just focus on doing 15 faces by the end of the month and not worry about the sales? Like, put the sales as secondary. Like, don't even entertain sales. Think about, gosh, if I practice on 15 faces, how much more confident would you be? A lot, right? And so as long as if you're building your confidence, then that's what matters, right? All right. So we're going to go over a couple things really quick. So one of you guys may or may not know, but skincare sets, and I'm trying to pull up the graphic right now. My computer's not cooperating, so give me 1 second. It's literally scrolling in a circle. So you guys, skincare, anti-aging skincare systems are 55% off. So grab a piece of paper because I need you guys to jot these figures down. So there are skincare sets like the Miracle Set and the Repair that are 55, but there are bundles, and I'm going to open this picture in just a second. Sorry, my computer is running unbelievably slow. Anyway, so the bundles are at 60% off because they're also giving you a free roll-up. So let me just open this flyer and show this to you. And I'm going to walk you guys through this. Now, I'm running a massive special on these. You do not have to do what I'm doing. It is giving them a huge discount. But remember, one of the things that Tony Robbins said in a talk that he did just this last year is he said, you have to always do better than your competition when it comes to customer service and value. But then he said a very magical thing. He goes, and you have to do stuff occasionally that's absolutely outrageous. And when I think about that, I go, okay, so is what I'm offering my clients, is it something that's actually outrageous? Because if it's not outrageous, then they're just kind of going to go, okay, well, whatever. Diane's running a buy lipstick, get the second lipstick at half off. And he gives the example of that phonograph, the record company. I can't remember the name of the record company, where it used to be like you got 10 cassettes or whatever it was back in the day, 10 cassettes for like $1, and then you had to do their monthly thing. Well, everybody's like, 10 cassettes for $1. Are you kidding me? I'm all in. And everybody would join. It was Columbia House. And then they'd have them, and it was one of the biggest selling things, even though they made no money on the first order, right? They got people in there and they got them excited, and they went on from there, if that sort of makes sense. So you just have to be outrageous. So what I'm going to share with you is what I'm doing. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm going to throw this out to you guys super quick. All right. So I'm just making this flyer bigger. It's, oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. My computer's so slow. Okay. So there's one bundle. There's the repair bundle, and then there's the miracle set bundle. Okay. So just jot these figures down. On the miracle set bundle, which a picture will eventually pop up here in a minute, it retails, if you bought everything a la carte, like they said, I'll take a cleanser, I'll take a moisturizer, I'll take whatever. If you bought everything a la carte, the miracle set bundle value is $308. Okay. It's only costing you $117. So if it costs you $117, $308, your profit is over $191. Okay. So part of what makes that retail so high is the $36 roll-up you're not paying for, and you're getting 55% on all the skincare, but you're getting the roll-up for free. So I am selling that miracle set one that retails for $308 for $199. So I'm giving them $109. I'm giving them $109 discount. That's a massive discount. That's like 30 something percent, right? But I can only do it for 10 people. So I'm just saying the first 10 that want a set, get it for $199. Why am I only doing that? Because I want to have a few sets still on my shelf. But my goal is because you can only order 13, right? Okay. Now the other bundle, the repair bundle, which again, as soon as my computer cooperates, unless Lori, you've got something faster. So the other one, if you bought, the repair line is quite a bit more expensive when you buy it a la carte. So the repair is $452, jot that down, $452 retail. Okay. And your cost is $168. So I'm selling those for $299. So I'm giving them $153 discount. That is massive. Now, keep in mind that if they just bought the repair set alone, it would be $215 as a set, but they get all that other stuff, the roll up, the eye patches, the serum. I mean, like that is a killer deal. And they would buy it for $299, but you can only get 13 of them. So think about this. If you did 13 at $299 each, I'm just going to get my phone here to cooperate. Let me just do this really quick with my calculator. So we're going to do $299 times 13. So when I sell all 13 of those repair sets, that's $3,887. That's how much I'm going to collect at that massive sale price. Okay, well, I don't know about you all, but that $3,800 sale would really excite me. All right. And now you don't have to do that. You could sell it for, because it retails for $452, you could sell it for $350. And you could basically say $100 off. So instead of $452, it would be $352. You can totally do that if you would like. I just want to do something outrageous. And when I do something outrageous, that's what it is. Okay, well, this is the only sheet that I'm able to pull up. This is not the sheet that I wanted, but it's the only sheet that is cooperating. So I'm going to screen share really fast. Oh, Janine's trying to get in. Lori, did you let her in?
I just let her in.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, you guys. So let's look at this. So see the top bundle right here with the repair. So what does it come with? It comes with a charcoal mask, a gel mask, hydrogel eye patches, radiance peel. Now here's the deal. Let's say all she's using right now is repair. Oh my gosh, how fun would that be to get her hooked on all those other products? So that retails, again, $452 a la carte. $168 is our cost. I'm selling them for $2.99. Now, again, you don't have to do that. That's just what I'm doing. Now, what's really fun about this is what you do is you could do a 5 and 5. You know those appointments, five products in 5 minutes. So you cover the miracle set is 1, charcoal mask is 2, gel mask is 3, hydrogel eye patches is 4, and the radiance peel is 5. You get to do all 5 products in 5 minutes right there. And if you wanted to, you could do 5%, 10%, 15% on those items. You can do whatever you want. Or you could tell them that you're having a special. If they buy 1 item, it's 5% off. Who's going to do that? If they buy 2 items, but if they buy the whole bundle, then they save, you could say it's a $100 discount. You could do whatever you want. All right, now let's look at the miracle sets. The miracle set's got vitamin C serum, microderm, and charcoal. Again, not everybody's on those. But if you make it so outrageous for her, if she says, well, I'll take just the miracle set for $116, it's like, but do you realize for just another $70, you get like $150 worth of stuff, $200 worth of stuff by the time they add the roll up. So I would really, really jump on these, you guys. Your profit is, you can only order 13 of these. You can order 13 of these in dry to normal and 13 in combo to oily. Now, with that said, that's a lot of charcoal masks. So if somebody says, well, I only want the repair set, fine, sell them the repair set. But what you could do is those charcoal masks, you might run a special on those. You might even put those on the summer special deals sheet and say, well, one thing that didn't make the sheet that was supposed to be on there is charcoal mask, or offer that as a booking gift or whatever. And you can see down here, you can still get these on sale. It's just they're at 55%. Personally, I'm going to make this value so outrageous because I want to get my customers on these other 4 items. So if you do a 5 and 5 on here, it's going to include Serum C as your second item. It's going to include microderm as your third, charcoal mask as your fourth, and I would romance the roll up as your 5th item. Does that make sense? So that's going to be, those are going to be huge sellers. And remember, there's always eye cream that you could add. You can add eye cream to any of these. Well, the repair already has eye cream, so you don't need to, but the miracle set one. So that's going to be absolutely huge, you guys. So now what I want to share with you is what I'd like to know from all of you guys, since there's a whole bunch of you on now, is what is the one thing that you are most proud of that happened this last week? What's your shout out? Back in the day, we used to have a we'd call it crow time, and you'd stand up at our meeting and you would stand up and say the one great thing you were most excited about for the week. So who has something they want to crow about, something positive you want to share? Maybe a selling situation, maybe a team building situation, maybe you talk to somebody at the store. Anybody who wants to share? Kim, go for it. Unmute yourself, babe.
Hi everybody. This past weekend on Sunday, I did a booth event with vendor over in Martinez. It was at the waterfront. It was a barbecue contest and music festival, and Kelly set up a table there, and there were a whole bunch of us just taking shifts, and she had a big spinning wheel. It was so funny, you guys, because the kids, whatever kids were with the parents, the spinning wheel would say, you can have a free lip gloss, but you got to do 10 jumping jacks. And so I didn't realize it was just the kids. And so the first lady, she won like a mascara. And I told her, but she had to jump up and down like 5 times. And she's like, what? I go, yeah, you got to jump up and down 5 times. That luckily she was young. So she did. She jumped up and down 5 times. And I was like, here, give me your name and number and where I can send you or whatever. And then Louise told me, Kim, you're so precious.
That's for the kids. That's too funny.
Only the kids have to do the jumping. I said, okay. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I got some really good leads that I'm working on right now.
Yeah, make sure you text them right away and stuff. Good for you.
Great
Congratulations.
people. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice. Love your smile too. All right. Who else has something they want to crow about? Something else, something that exciting that happened? Who else wants to share something?
I will again say that I did go to this crochet class today, and I
Nice.
think there were going to be 3 or 4 people. It was at a library, and crocheting makes me feel very good. So
Good.
I went for me to do something that made me feel good, because there were other things that I wasn't feeling good about, and it wasn't Mary Kay. And I was like, okay, well, this is a different idea. So I'll go there and, just see what happens. So I did that.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Congratulations. Okay,
I
who else
can.
had something exciting they want to share? It could be something about your team. If somebody on your team did something you want to share, or you personally. Who else wants to share something that they're most proud of that happened this last week?
Are you going to go over the 13? Oh, go ahead.
I am. Anybody else want to share real quick?
Kim had something else she wanted to say.
Go for
I
it, babe.
just wanted to say I did a facial on Saturday night. She canceled Thursday, but we rescheduled. So she lives like 50 feet away from me. I dropped off her little package and talked to her. She wanted to do Zoom. So we did Zoom. And then after Zoom, I went over to her house to
Not a
give her a
girl.
couple of samples and more things, but it was great. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's all about putting product on faces. And you guys, here's the deal. It's one thing to put the product on the face, but I want to make sure you all are feeling more confident on closing. So for the new year, we're going to be focusing a lot on like, how do you close the sale without them feeling like you're closing the sale with them? You don't want them to feel like, oh, here she comes for the close. You want to be closing the sale, but you also want to be making sure you're getting referrals and booking everybody 2 to 3 times. So it's really this next year about seeing everybody 3 times. Say, oh my gosh, Kim, I just realized last week when I saw you, I totally forgot to schedule your 2 other appointments. See, we get 3 appointments together and they're all free. The first one is skincare and some detox with charcoal. The second one's a spa treatment. The third one's makeup. So, or if they want to do 2 spa treatments, whatever. But it's like, I want to get to see you 3 times. And as a consultant, I used to roll my eyes and think, why would I want to see the same lady 3 times? What a waste of my time. No, you guys, that's what, no, I'm being honest with you. That's what I used to think. But it's about developing a relationship. If I saw Kim 3 times in a month and a half, you think she's going to go to some other Mary Kay consultant? No. You think she's going to walk right past Sephora, Ulta, Target, all that? Yes. Because
If
she
you
goes,
tell
why
her
would I
that,
want to stop there if I've got Diane? It's like, so those 3 appointments. And the other thing is you want to make sure if she's not happy, like if she goes, well, Diane, I don't know if that mascara is really going to work for me. It kind of smudged. I said, well, Kim, I'm going to see you next Friday. Bring your mascara with you. If you're not happy with it by then, I'm going to swap it out for some other formula. I have a zillion formulas to choose from. Or I don't know if this foundation is the right match, or maybe my skin, the cleanser is too dry. Maybe I need to switch the formula. Okay, so when I see you again next Thursday, bring it with you. Let's swap it out. So when you have those kind of appointments, 1, she's going to hold. Let's be real. She's going to hold. And 2, it gives that great customer service, and that makes you so referable. Referable, absolutely. Anybody else want to share a win that happened this last week? Carrie, I know you are a DIQ wrapping things up. Do you want to come on and share with anybody anything about the team? Any updates? Who's doing what? What's going on? I can't even see.
Okay, well, just working towards 10 more people.
Okay, I can't even see you. I can see the top of your forehead. There you are. See you a little bit. There you are.
There
Oh, with
she
a beautiful
is.
pink lipstick on. You look gorgeous. So Carrie, what are you most excited about?
Finishing out the year.
And you're sitting currently, Janice is number 1. We don't know if you're going to be the queen, but I'm hoping that you're going to be Janice's queen. And I know Quentin will be there. So he'll get to see you in Janice for sure in Janice's top 3. And then he'll get to see you debut on stage, and he'll be just taking pictures of you. You're going to have your picture taken a gazillion times. He'll be exhausted from taking pictures, but that's a good thing. That'll be fun. Well, congratulations, Carrie. We're looking forward to watching your team grow. I know you've got Cecile and Nicole and Shalane and Rebecca. You've got a lot of really great gals on your team that are working. So it's going to be fun to watch things. So we are all cheering you on, Miss Carrie. We know you can do it, babe. Anybody else real quick want to share anything that's happened this last week that they're excited about? So I'm going to share just one thing. You guys just never know. I had a neighbor at my old neighborhood who was not into skincare. I gave her some samples. I had her come over. She did buy an eye makeup remover from me and a mascara, but that's all she bought for me in the year that I lived there. But I was always cordial to her and offered her samples and never pushy, whatever. She called me the other day and said, I ran into somebody who saw something that she had. And she says, oh, well, I use Mary Kay. And the gal says, oh my God, you know somebody who does Mary Kay? I've always thought about coming maybe back into Mary Kay, or at least buying some product. So this gal referred this lady to me. She's coming over tomorrow. But again, if I had not given my neighbor, good customer service, non-pushy, right? And if I was good with her, that's why she referred me to this other woman. So even though sometimes your appointment may be just a go give appointment where you go give a facial and nothing else happens, that doesn't mean that that's all that's going to happen. It could come back to you in a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year later. You just never know when you plant that seed, what's going to happen, especially if you're like at a booth event like Kim was just at. You just never know when someone might walk up and say, oh my God, I remember seeing you at the last event. So again, always being there. So I'm going to switch gears. Cleta Colson-Air, who is a friend of mine, she is a top director from Florida. Somebody shared this idea with her. So she borrowed it. So now I'm borrowing it from her. So what we both were saying is how in June, people can, hold on a second, I'm trying to pull this up. In June, people sometimes get excited, but they don't know what to do. So I am going to post this later, but I want you guys to get out a pen and paper, and I want you just to kind of look at this. So I'm going to just make this even bigger. So bear with me here while I make this really massively big. Can you guys all see this that says Lucky 13? Okay, so this officially starts on June 18th, which is today. So starting today, you have 13 days till the end of the Mary Kay year. Now, I'm going to run through all of these items with you. And what I want you to do is the top one is the non-negotiable one. The top one, I would love for you all to be reading the Bible or something spiritual, whatever your spiritual thing is, and pray 13 days in a row. Now, when I say pray, I mean be specific. Pray for the woman you want to meet. Pray for the people that you want to be put in your path. Pray for the bank teller that's going to get your deposit tomorrow. Pray for the waitress that's going to wait on you this weekend when you take your mom out to dinner. Pray for the women you want in your path. I'm not kidding you guys. What you pray about is what God pays attention to. So this, to me, this top one is, I would hope that that's non-negotiable. All right. Now, the rest of these, look at this long list. My question to you, or my comment to you, is do not get overwhelmed. The goal is, when I go through all of these, is that you pick 5, circle the 5 you're going to do, or highlight the 5 you're going to do, and pretend the rest aren't on here. Because I don't want you to get so sidetracked, because a confused mind does what, Lori?
Nothing. Oh,
Confused mind does nothing. And an overwhelmed mind does even less than the confused one. So let's talk about this. Okay. If over the next 13 days, you put the product on 13 new faces. Now, you guys realize those could be one-on-ones. But Kim might get smart and say, well, you know what? I've got 6 people coming over Friday night, and I'm going to do 6 people on Saturday. That puts me at 12. Okay, so if those 13 faces spent $50, which is an incredibly conservative number, that's going to put $650 in your sales. All right, so that's just one thing. The other thing is getting 13 bookings. It could be 1 a day, but the goal would be you want to do these things all 13 days. So to get 13 bookings, it would be a booking a day. Or you could go crazy and do all 13 bookings in your first 2 or 3 days, whatever you want to do. 13 calls a day. So now these could be booking calls. These could be customer service calls. These could be booth event leads. These could be your wedding list when you first joined and I had you make that list of 100 people that you know. It could be those. It's just 13 calls a day. Now what's fun is if you have one of those bubble sheets, we have it on our boards app, and it's the thing with the dots. And the fun thing about the dots, if I can pull, I just used one. I just threw it away. I wadded it all up because I just finished it. Let me see if I can grab one.
what section is it under?
It's under Masters for Booking, Selling, and Closing. Anyway, it's a dot sheet that has a bunch of polka dots on it. When you use that sheet, what's really fun, I cannot believe I don't have one here in front of me. Anyway,
Not
what's fun
faces?
about it's for 13 calls a day. I put an X, like a slash through it if I leave a message. If they actually answer it, I put an X, so I cross slash, and it'll have the instructions at the top. If I actually book them or they buy, I fill in the circle. So what happens is there's 56 dots on a sheet. So statistically, you should get 1 yes per row. So what's really fun for me is if I did, like the other day, I called 2 rows and I didn't talk to 1 person. I literally left 14 voicemail messages, which statistically doesn't normally happen, but I left 14 messages in a row. And then on the 3rd row, I'm thinking, Well, if I'm supposed to get 1 yes per row, I'm already in the hole for 2. So the next row must be really productive. Well, on the third one, as I was making more calls, 2 people from the second row ended up calling me back. All right,
I'm
so
sorry,
13
but I'm sorry. I cannot find it in the Masters to Book, Sell, and Close. Can you please give us another location?
Yeah, let me do that really quick. So 13 calls a day could be any kind of a call. It could be reorders, it could be calling for things, but be specific what you're calling. Don't just say, well, I'm just going to call 13. Maybe tomorrow it's 13 booking calls. And then maybe Thursday it's 13 customer service calls. And then maybe Friday it's, I'm going to call 13 people for the sharing up opportunity. Or you split it up and do 6 and 7, 6 and 7, whatever. All right, 13 new leads over the 13 days. 13 new leads. I don't know about you, but I'd rather go get a whole bunch in one day. All right. 13 charcoal masks sold, because again, those are in both of the big bundles. And so maybe you guys do a sale on those, like buy 2, get the applicator free. So if they buy 2 charcoal masks, you give them the $12 applicator. Well, you're making $52 on the charcoal masks, right? All right, here's 13 MK Sparkle Cream lipsticks. Now you guys, these are the 2 lipsticks where $1 from the sale of every lipstick goes to help fight domestic violence and cancers affecting women. So this isn't hard, you guys. We can all do this. And so you say to them, oh my gosh, my goal is to sell 13, and I'm even donating an extra $1. So maybe $2 from the sale of every lipstick. Mary Kay will donate 1 and you can donate 1. At the end of your order, it says, do you want to make a donation to the Mary Kay Foundation? You can do that. So selling 13 sparkle lipsticks in the 13 days. Another one is 13 skincare sets sold. Now, this could be just any of the skincare sets. It could be the Miracle set, the Repair, the new Mary Kay skincare. Some of you that are doing mother-daughters, you could sell the mom a Miracle set and the daughter the Mary Kay skincare. That counts as 2 sets. We have the men's set. We have Clear Proof. So any sets, 13 sets sold. Okay, now this means 13 bundles sold and ordered. I am so excited about these bundles. I'm going to make them so outrageously priced that my customers are going to jump on that. But my goal is to sell 13 total bundles. Could be the Repair, could be the 3D. 13 share calls, sharing the opportunity with 13 people. So if Kim came to me and said, okay, I want to be in a red jacket, I want to add for sure at least 1 team member. If we do these 13 share calls, guarantee you she's going to get a team member. The statistical odds are if you do 13 share calls, we're going to get at least 1 team member. Probably 2, maybe even 3, but at least 1. All right. This is another thing. This one's really fun. 13 times going live on Facebook. Now, what I find is as we get busy, this is the first thing that we forget to do, going live on Facebook. So what if you just took all the products in the Repair roll-up and all the products in the TimeWise roll-up? Okay, that's 11 products right there. And you every day went on, held them up and shared one. Oh my gosh, today I'm sharing the Repair skincare. Then tomorrow, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm sharing the Serum C. So you would go on Facebook Live 13 times. Now, you guys all know that it could be on product. And right now you're allowed to promote events. You're just not allowed to say prices. You can promote an event. You can promote a product. You just can't promote the career opportunity, and you can't do a call to action. They've loosened the strings on the other stuff. All right. 13 posts on your groups. That could be your post. I mean, that's easy to do. 13 items. Okay, now this one is invite 13 people from Messenger who have commented on your post for a facial. So here's what's interesting. You go on Messenger and you do one of those feeds about, oh my gosh, I love our charcoal mask. It's the best. It makes everybody's skin amazing, blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to pamper 13 more people. That's a statement, not a call to action. I can't wait to pamper 13 more people with the new Miracle set. And then when anybody comments a thumbs up or cool or nice, they give you the emojis, anything like that, you reach out to them. So you're going to look for anybody who's commented or made any comments or reaction to your post. All right. The next one, this I think is super good. Listen to a Mary Kay video every day for 13 days. Now you can go on you can go on YouTube and type in Mary Kay Ash. You could go in the video lounge and type on company, and it'll give you all kinds of videos. I hope you guys know where to find that. The Mary Kay video, or even inspirational. Now, those of you who are doing the 13 days of inspiration with me, you will get something inspirational every day anyway. Not all of them will be videos, but a lot of them will be. So this I think puts your head in a different space. The next thing, I think this is a must in my opinion. Read a few pages of a motivational book for 13 days. Could be a John Maxwell leadership book, and it doesn't have to be a saga, it doesn't have to be a chapter, it could be a page or two. So I read a thing the other day, and I wish I'd copied it. I'd taken a picture of it. It said, if you read 5 pages a day, in 1 year, you'd have read 14 books. I mean, it was like something crazy. And you're thinking 5 pages a day really makes a difference, but it totally does. So read a few pages of a motivational book for 13 days. It helps keep your brain in a good place, you guys. All right. This next one is key. Do 6 most important things list for 13 days. What I will tell you is, when we're busy or we're overwhelmed or we're whatever, we forget this, or we make the 6 most important things of the things we want to do. Organize my inventory, unpack my inventory, put stickers on my inventory. But none of those things are IPAs. And IPA stands for income producing activity. And so what you want to do is you want to say to yourself, what is my non-negotiable drop dead? So I'm going to pick on Kim for a second. And Kim, I'm putting words in your mouth, so I'm not sure if this is, but I'm pretty sure you said you wanted to be a red jacket by the end of the month. So if Kim says, my non-negotiable drop dead goal is I want to have 5 new skincare customers and 3 active team members, I'd say, okay, so if those are your 2 goals, 5 new skincare customers and 3 new team members, or at least 2 new team members, what do we have to do? So you might say to yourself, okay, so what's going to get you more team members? Putting product on faces, sending out videos, doing sharing calls. What's going to get her skincare customers? Getting samples to people who could jump on tomorrow. Janice is doing a skincare class tomorrow night. Who lives in your complex, Kim, that you could run a sample to? And you could say, oh my gosh, I would love for you to win tonight. Do you want to come to my place? Have them come over to your place if you want. Set a trained mirror up at your kitchen table and slap up the computer or the tablet or whatever and have Janice be going. But you guys, if Janice is going to do a skincare class tomorrow, why couldn't we get somebody on with or without samples? All right. So the 6 most important things to do list is just not it's not any 6 things to do. Kim has to ask herself, what's going to move me closer to my red jacket and to skincare customers? She might say, well, you know what? I'm going to focus today on calling anybody who's bought anything from me that's not on skincare. Kim might have 9 customers, and let's say 2 of them bought skincare. That means she has 7 that bought other stuff, maybe hydrogel eye patches, maybe a charcoal mask. They didn't buy skincare. So then what could Kim offer them that would be so outrageous that they go, oh, I got to get on skincare? Does that make sense? So make sure the 6 most important things to do list are actually important things to do. All right, down here, this one is really cool. Send 13 thank you postcards out to your top customers. So I did this today. I actually only got 6 of them written, but I wrote one to Katie. Katie's been a customer of mine for a couple of years. She spends $300 or $400 with me every 3 or 4 months. I've tried to add her to my team 10 times, and she keeps saying she'd rather just keep writing me checks, which I don't understand, but whatever. But I put a postcard in the mail to her today. She was one of the 6 that I wrote, and it just said, Katie, I want you to know how much I appreciate your loyalty to me and your loyalty to our product. And I look forward to taking care of your skin for the rest of our lives. You mean the world to me as a friend and as a client. And I'm going to put that in the mail. Do you know when you get that kind of a mail, it's so from the heart, right? And it just is like, I want her to know that she matters. What would you guys do if you got a postcard from your consultant that said how much you mattered? Right? So that one's really fun. And then the last one is set a career path goal by June 30th, which I just did that for Kim. She's in a red jacket. So with 13 reasons why you want to achieve it. So then Kim would write down, what are 13 reasons why she'd want to be a red jacket? Well, she's going to look really good in red. How about she earns a 4, 6, or 8% commission every month? Third thing is she never has to worry about what to wear on Tuesday nights on our Zoom. She just throws her red jacket on. There's lots of reasons. Maybe to show her daughter and that her daughter that she can do it. Like there's so many fun reasons. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and say, okay, what are the 5 I want to focus on? So you get to decide. Now, some of these are selling goals. So the charcoal mask, the lipsticks, the skincare sets, the skincare bundles, those are all selling goals. I hope that at least one of those gets in your top 5. Again, I don't want you guys to print out this whole sheet and focus on all of these. Because again, like Lori and I said, a confused mind does nothing and you won't do it. So if you pick hopefully at least one of these selling items, and then the other ones are activities, right? Faces, bookings, calls. And what's interesting is some of these are a domino effect. So if you do the calls and you get bookings, if you're making calls every day for bookings and you're doing the bookings and that then turns into new faces, you're literally doing all of these. And if you've got new faces, you're going to be selling product. And if you do that, you're going to end up having a team member. So do you guys see how this is kind of like that domino where you hit one and all of a sudden all the dominoes go, right? So does anybody want to unmute themselves and tell me what some of the things are they're going to pick? You don't have to tell me all 5 necessarily, but does anybody want to share what are some of the ones they're going to pick?
I want to try to sell 13 charcoal masks,
Okay.
and I want to try to, I'm
Okay, Connie, we're going to
going
get rid of the
to,
word try. We're not going to try.
yes, I know, I heard myself.
I know you did, baby. That a girl.
I am going to go online live.
Okay.
I actually did that the other day because, you know, it's June and we always invite our customers on our page
Mhm.
to you know, remind them to take advantage of their birthday discount.
Yep.
And so I knew of some people that are in my group that have June birthdays, and on the in the group, I congratulated them on their birthdays.
Nice.
And
Okay.
so the other day I went on to say, hey, just in case there are other people in this group that have June birthdays that I'm not aware of, please let me know. And
Nice.
if I don't know your birth date, whatever month it is, please, you know, come, you know, make
Good.
a comment and let me know.
Nice. Because everybody loves their birthdays that one special day. So here's going to be my suggestion. And again, I'm going to pick on Kim because she happens to be right in front of me on the camera here and she doesn't care probably, hopefully. So Kim's going to look at this and say, well, I don't know which, I mean, some of these are within your comfort zone, right? On all of you. And some of these are kind of like on the edge of the comfort zone. And some of these are like outside the box of the comfort zone. So you might be going, well, I could do 13 faces, but I don't know about, you know, or I could write 6 postcards, or I could do, you know, 13 postcards. So what I want you to do is have the end result in mind. So, you know, John Maxwell is notorious for this, always saying, and so is Tony Robbins, is you have to have the end result in mind. So if Kim says, my end result is 1,000 retail sales and my red jacket, it's like, okay, so let's talk about this. What's going to keep your head in a good place? Well, either watching a video or a book. You may not be able to pick both of those as your top 5, but maybe you could, but pick maybe one of those. And then you have to say, okay, so what's going to get me the sales? New faces is going to get you the sales, but that's also probably going to get you team members. So she could say, okay, well, then that's going to be one, but I don't have a ton of leads. So I don't know if I could do 13 calls a day, but I could definitely I could focus on bookings, or I'm going to ask for referrals, or I'm going to focus on sharing. So if you guys pick this and say, well, I want to get 13 bookings over 13 days and you don't have a lot of leads, then let's brainstorm. And that's a separate phone call. Let's talk a little bit about where you're going to get those leads to make those calls. Does that make sense? And when you guys say you don't know anybody, oh my God, give me your phone. And I'm going to see how many people follow you, or do you follow on Instagram? How many friends do you have on Facebook? And how many people have texted you since Christmas? You scroll back on your phone, I bet it's hundreds. And it could be all kinds of things. So have the end result in mind. Carrie McCurdy's probably looking at this and say, okay, well, I'm going to be a director by the end of the month. So what's going to be important for her? Probably 13 sharing calls, maybe she wants to keep her head in a good space, so she'll probably do the video or the motivational book. I don't know, Carrie. So you can look at these and say, what else do I need to do? Maybe doing 13 faces this week, because that's going to give her the sales, and that's where you're going to find your newest team member. Nothing's more excited than someone who just spends $200 and joins your team. Right? All right, I'm going to post that lucky 13 on our page. So you guys, if you didn't write it all down, you can. And I want to tell you guys is that we will be here next Tuesday, but everything you do matters. Remember, it's the whole puzzle piece concept. Okay. So just to recap, Janice is doing skincare tomorrow. Thursday, we have Karen Riddle, who was a director for a really long time, like over 25 years, and then became a national. She's a relatively new national. She's been a national about 18 months. She is sharing Thursday night. And then, of course, Sunday is National Pink Day. So if you guys take Sunday off, please do something. You could do and say, you could go in your Facebook group tonight and say, oh my gosh, 4-day countdown till National Pink Day, 3-day countdown till National Pink Day. Don't forget to text me or check your phone on Sunday for a big sale. It doesn't mean you have to be working on Sunday if you take Sundays off for church or whatever. You could still put out an outrageous sale. You could still do a huge promotion. And it's a 1-day thing. It's 1 day. So maybe you want to do a face-a-thon on Saturday and go for those bundles or shoot some quick videos. So you guys, I made a quick video just in closing. It's called 6 items in 6 minutes. And the reason why is because I wanted to include a pedicure kit and the mineral sunblock and the thing. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. But there's a secret word at the end, which I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to watch the video. So if you say to your client, will you watch this in the next 24 hours, text me the secret word at the end and text me your 2 favorite products out of all the things that Diane mentioned. And I did tell them that they could get 5%, 10%, or 15, or 50. They get 50% if they book a party or 50% if they become a consultant on your team. But if Carrie made a list and said, you know what, I'm going to have 20 people watch that tomorrow. What is she going to get out of that? Bookings, leads, referrals, possibly sales. Maybe
That's
a
on your
team member.
YouTube, right? That's on your YouTube.
It is on YouTube. And if you guys
Okay.
can't find it, I can text it to you. But I sent it out to my customers and said, hey, I made this video. I need 10 people to watch it in the next 24 hours. It's a 6-minute commitment. And I need you to text me back your favorite 2 things.
Perfect.
And the secret word. All right. So you guys, I know that each and every one of you can do anything you set your mind to. Let me know if you want to be in the 13-day challenge thing, the inspirational thing, but let me know if you are in my unit, if you are in an A team, text your director, the 5 things you're going to pick off that sheet that you're going to have laser focus on. And most importantly, at the very top needs to be, what is my non-negotiable goal for June 30th? And it could be to sell your first $1,000. It could be to, I don't know, sell sets. But those sets that Lori gave you, those figures, you guys, those are huge, huge discounts. And those will sell out before month end. Last year, the bigger bundles sold out like, I think 3 days before end of the month. So don't anticipate that those are going to be there till the very, very end, because they won't be. All right. All right, you guys, thank you for being on. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So let's go make the next 13 days rock.